I never did a video on the whole Drake Bell debacle, although I should have definitely done one. But I wanted to see what the outcome was going to be, and the outcome is exactly what I knew it would be, and that is nothing more than a mere slap on the wrist. As a matter of fact, this isn't even a slap on the wrist, this is a tap on the wrist. So if y'all really don't know what's going on, Drake Bell, a couple months ago, probably not even a couple months ago, was basically accused of child endangerment. Like, he had a couple of like a child endangerment charges attached to him and everything like that. And he basically tried to defend himself and said that wasn't the case and all types of things like that. Well, fast forward to today, which is July 12th, 2021. Drake Bell, who was more popular, most notably known for being on that show Drake and Josh that came on back in the early 2000s. I can honestly say I did not watch one episode of that show. It just seemed corny to me. He was sentenced to 2 years probation for crimes against the child. Just 2 years probation, not 2 years in jail, 2 years probation, and it probably pained them to even give him that. But I'm gonna go ahead and read this article. Jared Drake Bell avoided jail time in his child endangerment case, but the claims against him were made public for the first time, and they are disturbing. Bell, best known for playing Drake in Nickelodeon's popular TV show Drake and Josh, has been sentenced to 2 years probation plus 200 hours of community service. He cannot have contact with the victim. The 35-year-old previously pleaded guilty to one count of felony attempted child endangerment and one count of disseminating matter harmful to juveniles. He faced up to 2 years in prison, and I just guessed that. I said he didn't get 2 years in prison, but that's what he faced up to, and up to doesn't mean he gets 2 years. That just means that he can't get more than 2 years. During Monday's sentencing hearing, Bell virtually came face to face with the victim, who called him the epitome of evil. The woman, now 19, alleged in her impact statement that she was sexually assaulted by the former child star on multiple occasions when she was 15. Bell did not plead guilty to any crimes pertaining to sexual assault. He was such a huge part of my childhood, and in return, he ruined my life, she said at one point during her emotional 15-minute statement. Every night I dread going to sleep because I don't want to see him in my nightmares. The victim first met Bell in 2014 when she was only 12 through her aunt. She idolized the actor, calling him a hero, and said she was his biggest fan. They texted for years, in which the teenager alleged she was groomed. The relationship developed online became sexual in nature when she turned 15. On December 1st, 2017, the victim attended Bell's Cleveland show, where she claimed she was forced to perform a sexual act backstage. Now, mind you, if this happened back in 2014, he was already of legal age. Because in 2014, I was 25, and he's 3 years older than me. So he was pushing 30 when this girl was 12. Excuse me. The next day, her aunt took her to say goodbye to Bell at a hotel, where claimed she was forced to perform the sexual act again. Jared Drake Bell is a pedophile, and that is his legacy, the victim concluded. Bell's attorney spoke after the teenager's tearful address to the court and made it clear the actor denies any sexual act took place. The claim that he is a pedophile lacks any sort of factual support, he told the judge, emphasizing Bell does not accept responsibility for that in his plea. The attorney also noted how professionals were engaged during the investigation, and there is no such finding. The actor is a pedophile. When the judge asked what exactly Bell is taking responsibility for, the lawyer acknowledged chats that were sexual in nature. Bell spoke before the judge's ruling, but took his lawyer's advice and kept it brief, as a civil suit is a possibility. I just want to say today that I accept this plea because my conduct was wrong. I'm sorry that the victim was harmed in any way, he said. That was obviously not my intention. I have taken this matter very, very seriously, and again, I just want to apologize to her and anyone else who may have been affected by my actions. Well, here's the thing. You already committed the act in which you was accused of, and the fact that you're getting probation, even though that's a very, very, very lenient sentence, it's a sentence nonetheless, which means there was some findings there to even give him that. Otherwise, there would have been nothing there. 2 years probation is still a joke, though. The judge could only issue a sentence based on the plea in front of him. However, he scolded Bell for inappropriate conduct. A grown man does not engage in inappropriate text messages to a teenager, the judge told him, saying he took advantage of the young girl with his celebrity status. Your position and celebrity status allow you to nurture this relationship. Bell's sex offender status will be reviewed after probation. While the actor hasn't addressed today's sentencing, he did return to social media after the Zoom hearing. Bell posted a video with his son showing off the boy's face for the first time. The singer recently revealed he and his wife Janet Von Smelling, whom the victim claimed knew about the crimes, secretly welcomed a child together. Now, you know what? That's crazy. You could, did y'all hear that? This guy literally is sentenced to probation and 200 hours of community service for crimes against a child child endangerment that he started engaging with when she was 12. Allegedly forced her to commit a sexual act, not once but twice. He got put on probation, and the first thing he does after this happens is he goes home and he gets on Instagram to show off his son that he and his wife welcomed into the world for the first time. Now, mind you, he never showed his child before this, but he decides to do this now to try to, I guess, soften the blow of what just occurred. You showing off your child to the world, as cute as it may be, does not absolve you of what you did to this girl. This woman who was a child when you committed this act. That actually just makes this guy look even more like a disgusting and disturbing person. Like, if you could see the image, like, he got on there and showed off his child, like, dude, you was just in court for crimes against a child, and now you're just flaunting off your child to make it seem like you did not just get sentenced to probation for 2 years for this crime, even though it should have been way more than probation. But we know why that is. So I think that's more disturbing than the act in which he committed, because he's trying to make it seem like, okay, it's just whatever. But this is how a lot of them people get down in Hollywood. That's why they call it Hollywood, for a reason. But I'm not shocked or surprised that this was his outcome. But like I said, I just wanted to wait to see where they were going to go with this, because, you know, they let this one fly way under the radar. Now, I know this is a rhetorical question, but I always have to ask. Me too, where are your antennas? Are you going to say anything about this? Because I don't think I saw anywhere about Drake Bell getting dragged. And it's not like Drake Bell is an unknown person. He was very popular with that show, Drake and Josh. Like, they were everywhere. And I don't care if he's really not out there like he used to be, but I have a feeling his career may not even suffer behind this. Meanwhile, Bill Cosby, on the other hand, got his conviction overturned. And they actually had proof with him. They showed the text messages that this guy was sending to this girl. See, they probably felt like, oh, you know, we can't, his attorney was probably feeling like, oh, we can't get him on the alleged sexual acts taking place, but they got those text messages of him texting her sexual innuendos. And yes, he did take advantage of this girl because she was 12, and he took advantage of it and let it go to another level. And him being the adult, he should have known not to take it that far or let it go that far. Like, leave it at a fan celebrity type of relationship. Take the picture, say it was nice to meet you. I'm glad that you enjoyed my show. I'm glad that you're my fan. Sign an autograph, take a pic, and keep it moving. It's not that hard, but not this guy. He had to do all of that and then some, and then continue to do and act upon that and some. All while he's married to this his wife, who the victim says that she knew about this. I wouldn't be surprised if she knew about it and that she went along with it. The fact that this woman that he's married to is still with him and produced a child while all of this was happening says a lot. Because this child that they had can't be more than a year old. Definitely not a year old. This child looked like they were born just less than a year ago, because it's still a hand baby, but not fresh out the womb, if you get what I mean. But I'm not surprised at this outcome. I'm not surprised that he actually did indeed do. Now, we can actually say he did what he did. At this point, that's not even alleged. They actually have the proof to back that up. But mainstream media is not really going to talk about this. I only found out about this because Yahoo sometimes sends me stories to my main email, and that popped right on up. So y'all let me know what y'all think.